Hello, Aldwyn. Altuney here, and I am with the amazing Andrew Cominos today. We're going to be talking about how to have confidence through the crisis. Now, Andrew is a sales strategist. He's known as the sales superhero based in Brisbane. Hello and welcome, Andrew. I'm excellent, thank you.
Going to that we're going to share with everyone today. But I'm fantastic. I've just been we've been sitting here. I think it's been a bit of a mission to get on here, hasn't it? It's been insane.
Bit about that, please.
Well in excess of 1,000 business owners across the last, I would say, month, 2 months, 3 months since we've had the we've had the crisis. Is that well over 1,000 business owners? Out of that, most of them are stressed, in fear. They're worried. They're looking back. They're in uncertainty and looking back at this. What do we do to save money? How can we keep all our cash in our pocket? And the issue with that is, while you're looking backwards at saving money, you're not really looking forwards at making money. And so a lot of people, I've even heard a lot of people say, oh, I'm really upset at people who are trying to sell at the moment. And my thought process is, how can you be upset at people trying to sell if those people are just trying to protect their own livelihood, just like you are, by looking back and saving money, right? So those people are protecting their livelihood, and it's okay. That's perfect. In fact, I always say, lately I've been saying a lot that we are in an economic crisis, and that's great. But if we all look backwards and no one sells and no one spends money, and we all look back at saving money and we'll hoard our money and no one tries to generate income or then spend and then generate some more and then spend and generate, we won't be in economic crisis, we'll be in economic ruin. And I don't know about you, but I'd rather the country not go into economic ruin and collapse. So what I'm doing is I'm actually running a challenge, a 5-day challenge. That's 10, 5-day challenge for people who are. I'm just going to minimize this thing here because it's really frustrating. Sorry, I'm minimizing the stream output, and it's like I'm seeing myself twice in 2 different areas, and it's like distracting. So I just minimize.
Yeah, got it.
So what I'm doing is running a 5-day challenge, and that 5-day challenge is all about how to have confidence through the crisis. So how effectively can you truthfully build that confidence and that certainty, even though you know we're going through an economic crisis? And what can you do to grow and thrive in this next period? You see, I'm 100% sure that if you focus on where you can save money and that's all you focus on, you will come out of this in poor form. You see, the next 6 months are really going to be the big differentiator between whether your business makes it or it doesn't. It'll also be the really big differentiator between whatever you do in the next 6 months is how your business is going to continue forward. A really good example of that is back in the 30s, there were 2 major companies that used to sell cereal. One of them no one's ever heard of, and I can't even remember the name of them since, like, I read this like probably a few weeks. Started accepting cereal as a daily breakfast item over things like cream of something. I can't remember what it's called, but like over the 2 major breakfast cereals, which were basically oats, right? And they had just come in. And in the 30s, this other company, what they did when the Great Depression hit in 1929, they halved their spending. They halved their advertising. They pulled everything back and they cut costs, laid people off, right? And Kellogg's on the flip side doubled down on all their spending, doubled down on advertising Rice Krispies, right? They grew through the Great Depression by 30%. And that's not a small business growing by 30%. That's a giant corporation. Even at that time, they were a big business, and they grew by 30% through a Great Depression, right? Because they saw an opportunity. They understood that people would be wanting, would still want cereal, right? If everyone else is backing off and we double down, people are going to come to us, right? And so right now, if anything, this is the time to act. This is the time to show the world that you don't leave, you don't go away. You see, right now, there is a mentality. Right now, we're looking at right now we've got three major things that people are going through. And one is they've got more time, less cash flow, and their mentality is very different. So people are looking for leaders to lead them through this time where they've got too much time, they've got not enough money, or they think they've got not enough money. And some people actually do not have not enough money because it is an economic crisis, and so the economy is down. We get that, right? So too much money, too much time, not enough money, and a bad mentality. They need leaders, and it's up to us as business owners to step up and truly lead. Because if you can do that, game on. So that's what the challenge is about, is basically helping you be that leader, change your business models, diversify, refocus, develop your plan and your sales strategy and a new offer to move you forward.
It's interesting, they say that there's more millionaires than ever before have been created out of crises, like out of the GFC. Times like this can present great opportunities for people to launch new online programs, to do things differently in business. And it's certainly a time where we need to, be creative with what we're doing, and we need to be able to pivot quickly and not just do things the way we've always done them, because you will go out of business, right? And this is where you really help people as a sales strategist to overcome any challenges they might be having with pivoting, with doing things differently. So, what are some tips you could give people now who might be, panicking with this crisis, the COVID-19, etc.? What would you say to people who might be panicking right now?
Firstly, I want to shout out to anyone who's a service provider or a coach or something like that out there, to really look at yourself and understand where you're focusing, because that's the first tip, is where are you focused? The reason I say this is you were saying that more millionaires have been created out of crisis than almost any other time. And there's a very good reason for that. What is the first thing that people look for during a crisis? Support.
Yeah, support.
I want something, I don't know, I went American there for a second. Support. We've lost you, Aldwyn. Well, I've lost you. I don't even know if we're live. So, anyway, so the whole idea is I do not have Aldwyn. Can anyone, I'm going to go here and see if Aldwyn's still here. All right, so we're still live. Anyway, who cares? So, point is that people want support. People want to know that. Oh my.
Okay, hopefully you can You can hear me, Andrew. I don't know what's happened. Have we just frozen, have we?
Yeah, we're offline. You know that, don't you? Yeah. No, we're not. It says we're offline. So let me have a look. Okay. Um, Point is that people want support. People want to know. No, we're not. It says we're offline. Oh, we are online. We're still going. No, this is perfect. This is epic, right? No, this is perfect. This is so perfect. Because right now, we have two choices: bail out and freak out and be like, oh my God, the end of the world, or we roll with the.
Well, just that's that's fine. That's fine. Well, look, this is the thing: is that in business, curveballs can happen at any moment. Unexpected things can happen, right? Just like this live. I mean, suddenly my computer just turned itself off and then came back on. It's very strange, and it's a new computer too, so it's very weird. I've got plenty of battery. It's not a battery thing. It just went off, and then I logged back in, and it was straight back on. Bizarre.
The Aldwyn Altuney thing. You are, yeah, no, we're still live. We're still here. Yes. Eek. So on that note, we should probably keep going with our interview. So anyway, so what are people looking for? What are people looking for? People are looking for support. If you've made it this far, actually, if you've made it past the gap, if you've made it past the oh my God, we're offline phase, you're going to get some sick as tips. I think we need to let people know past the 10-minute mark.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the people are looking for support, and I think it's particularly if you're a service provider or a coach, it's something that is so important that it's so important that we deliver that for people. If they're looking for it now, now's the time really to hit them with support, right? Is to give them value. Is give that value. The value you're going to give, the more they're going to love you for it. So tip one is coaches, service providers, get out there and start supporting those that are in need of your support. The other thing is with a crisis is I think the reason more millionaires are created is because of the opportunity that is out there, right? It's the the shift and the change of mentality opens opportunity for new businesses to come up, right? But the main reason I think more millionaires are created is because people need to shift and people need to grow and people need to change. Like every single person I know, including
Yes.
innovation, whether it be in technique, whether it be in strategy, whatever it is, most people have shifted. And they're the ones that are generating some kind of success. Like I, at the moment, don't have a client who hasn't generated a sale, right? Like out of this, most people are saying you can't sell, and every single one of my clients has sold some stuff. Every single one, right? Now, I've also had clients that have lost sales, and those sales that they've lost were when they were focused on losing sales and rather than focusing on getting sales, right? So tip number one is realize that It doesn't matter who you are in the world, whether you're service or product based or anything, right? There is opportunity at the moment for you to shift, pivot, change, adapt. They're my 4 words: shift, pivot, change, adapt. Right? You shift, pivot, change, adapt, and create opportunity for yourself. Look towards how you can generate income. There's opportunity out there. People still have money. People are still buying. You just need to find them. So shift your focus. Shift your focus.
Love that, Andrew. That's fantastic. Now, Peter he says it's still frozen on his end. So I'm just hope this is coming okay. All right, Peter. If it is frozen, maybe see if you can fast forward a little bit to see where we're at. How are you? Are you seeing it on your end? Yeah, we could give that a go tomorrow. And have a look back at this video. Mm, mm. Yeah, absolutely. Or we could stop it and start again. We could stop this one and start a new one. So yes, yes, okay. Um, well, your meeting's at yeah, okay. All right. Well, okay. Well, that's not good. All right. Well, maybe it is a platform issue. Maybe it is a platform issue. In which case, all right. Well, we might have to look at something else then, because we don't want to keep going if it's cutting and things like that, right? Could be an internet issue, could be a platform issue. I'm not sure, but there's some kind of technical issue happening. So, yeah, I mean, it looks fine on my end. It looks fine here. So it might just be going from Lightstream over to Facebook. Okay. All right. Well, maybe we should end this and then have another go tomorrow. Okay. So end the stream. All right. So stay tuned. If you're watching this, we will be doing more. All right. So stay tuned. And in the meantime, I'll just put up this link.
Cool. So yeah.